$0. That was the price printed beneath Brown's new phone. 12 months later, Brown opened his carrier app and requested a transfer. He wanted to move his number to a cheaper plan. Before the transfer could continue, a new number appeared on the screen. $667 due. It was not a cancellation fee. The carrier had not added a penalty. And nobody had secretly changed the price of the phone. The $667 had been there on the day Brown signed. It had simply been divided into 36 pieces and covered, 1 month at a time, by a discount Brown could keep only by staying. So how can a phone cost Brown $0 for an entire year, then cost $667 the moment he tries to leave? And why might staying feel cheaper, even when it costs more? Let us rewind 1 year. Brown's old phone is not exciting. The battery no longer lasts all day. The camera is average. And the screen has one small scratch near the bottom. But the phone still works. Brown can call, send messages, watch videos and use every app he needs. He is not planning to replace it. Then he sees an advertisement from his carrier. New phone. $0 per month. Brown knows the new phone normally costs around $1,000. But the advertisement does not ask him to spend $1,000. It asks him to accept something for $0. A moment earlier, Brown was asking, "Do I need a new phone?" Now he is asking, "Why would I reject a free one?" That change matters. Brown enters the store. The employee explains that the phone can be financed over 36 months. Brown will see a device payment on every bill. But the carrier will apply an equal promotional credit each month. The payment and the credit will cancel each other out. The employee is not lying. The device really can show a net cost of $0 per month. There is only one important condition. To receive the monthly credits, Brown must keep the line active on an eligible plan. Brown currently pays $55 per month. The qualifying plan costs $85. The new plan includes more mobile data, additional hotspot access and several benefits Brown did not enter the store looking for. But the phone costs $0. So the extra $30 does not feel like part of the phone purchase. The plan is placed in one mental box. The device is placed in another. Inside the device box, Brown sees a $0. He signs. His first bill arrives. The service plan costs $85. Below it is a device installment. $27.78. Directly beneath that is a promotional credit. Minus $27.78. The two numbers cancel each other. Net device payment. $0. Brown notices that his total monthly bill is $30 higher than before. But the phone section still says $0. So Brown tells himself the additional money is paying for a better plan. The new phone feels separate. 1 month passes. Then 6. Then 12. Brown receives 12 device charges and 12 matching credits. Nothing appears to be wrong. Then Brown discovers another carrier offering a plan that provides everything he actually uses for $55 per month. Switching would reduce his bill by $30 every month. That is $360 per year. Brown decides to leave. He opens the transfer page, follows the instructions and reaches the final confirmation screen. That is when the $667 appears. Brown checks the advertisement again. It said $0 per month. He checks his previous bills. Every device payment was followed by an equal credit. He calls customer service. The explanation is simple. The phone's full retail price was never reduced to $0 on the day Brown bought it. The $1,000 price had been divided into 36 installments of approximately $27.78. The carrier had promised Brown 36 separate credits. Brown received 1 credit for each month he remained eligible. After 12 months, he had received only 12 of them. 24 installments were still unpaid. 24 future credits had not yet been earned. When Brown leaves the qualifying service, those future credits stop. The remaining device balance becomes his responsibility. 24 payments multiplied by $27.78 is approximately $667. The carrier did not give Brown a $1,000 discount at checkout. It promised to deliver that discount in 36 small pieces. Brown could keep each piece only by remaining eligible for another month. The phone was free during month 1. Then it had to become free again during month 2. And again during month 3. The entire phone would become free only after Brown stayed long enough to collect all 36 credits. This is why the word free was technically accurate but psychologically incomplete. It described the cost of the device on Brown's current bill. It did not describe the commitment required to keep every future credit. Now Brown has two choices. He can leave immediately and pay the remaining $667. Or he can stay for another 24 months and avoid the large device bill. Staying feels safer. There is no sudden charge. There is no painful payment today. Brown only needs to continue paying the same monthly bill he already knows. But the familiar option is not automatically the cheaper option. Brown's current plan costs $30 more than the alternative. $30 multiplied by 24 remaining months is $720. Leave now. $667 due. Stay. $720 in additional plan costs over 24 months. Ignoring other differences between the plans, leaving could cost Brown $53 less over the remaining period. But the $667 is loud. It appears on one screen as one painful number. The $720 is quiet. It arrives as $30, then another $30, spread across 2 years of ordinary bills. Brown can clearly feel the cost of leaving. The cost of staying is easier to ignore. That is the real power of the promotion. It does not need to build a locked door. It only needs to place the remaining discount on the other side of the door. This does not mean every free phone promotion is a bad deal. If Brown genuinely wants the $85 plan, values its additional features and intends to remain with the carrier for all 36 months, the promotion may save him close to the full price of the device. The problem begins when Brown compares only the device payment. A phone can display $0 while the decision surrounding it still carries a real cost. The first mechanism is the zero price effect. When a price falls from $1 to $0, people do not always treat it like an ordinary $1 discount. Zero feels different. It removes the immediate pain of paying and makes the offer feel almost risk-free. The second mechanism is partition pricing. The phone, service plan and promotional credit appear as separate parts. Brown evaluates each part alone instead of comparing the complete commitment with the option he had before. The third mechanism is switching cost. Brown is allowed to leave. But leaving causes the remaining device balance to become visible today. The promotion does not make departure impossible. It makes departure uncomfortable. Brown needs a better way to evaluate the next offer. So he creates a 4-word test. Price. Plan. Term. Exit. First, price. What is the phone's full retail price? Not the monthly device payment. Not the payment after credits. The amount Brown would owe if every future discount disappeared. Second, plan. Which service plan is required? Brown compares that plan with the plan he would choose if no free phone existed. If the required plan costs $30 more, that difference belongs in the decision. Third, term. How long does Brown need to remain eligible? 12 months? 24? 36? A discount delivered over 3 years is also a 3-year condition. Fourth, exit. What happens if Brown changes plans, pays the phone off early or moves to another carrier? How many credits disappear? What device balance becomes due? And what would leaving cost after 6, 12 or 24 months? Brown writes the 4 numbers on one line. Full phone price. $1,000. Additional plan cost. $30 per month. Promotional term. 36 months. Exit balance after 1 year. Approximately $667. Now Brown can see the transaction as one decision instead of 4 separate boxes. A few months later, another advertisement appears. New phone. $0 per month. The offer looks almost identical. Brown does not immediately accept it. He does not immediately reject it either. He asks for the full retail price. He compares the required plan with the plan he would otherwise choose. He checks how long the credits last. Then he asks what happens if he leaves early. Only after seeing all 4 answers does Brown decide whether the offer is valuable to him. Brown has not learned that $0 offers are always deceptive. He has learned that zero can describe today without describing tomorrow. His first phone was free today. It was free on every bill where the credit appeared. But it was fully free only if Brown stayed long enough to receive every piece of the promised discount. So the next time Brown sees the word free, he no longer asks only, "What do I pay today?" He asks a second question. "What will it cost me to leave?"